Welcome back. Today, we need to talk about the gold market, specifically the recent crash that has left so many retail investors bewildered. Over the past few weeks, we have seen gold experience its worst drop since 1983, shedding over 14% from its all-time high of $5,589. On the surface, this makes absolutely no sense. We have a hot war in the Middle East. We have the Strait of Hormuz under threat, jeopardizing 20% of the world's oil supply. We have inflation fears spiking. By every conventional metric, gold should be soaring, yet the paper markets flushed and the price plummeted. If you are reading the mainstream financial press, they will tell you this is about the Federal Reserve holding rates or a strengthening US dollar, or leveraged traders facing margin calls. They are not entirely wrong, but they are missing the wood for the trees. To understand what is truly happening, we have to look much further down the board. We have to look to 2035. Recently, I had an off-the-record discussion with a former head of a Zurich-based fund manager. This is a man who is now retired in Cyprus for tax reasons, but whose network remains impeccable. He has deep links to the House of Liechtenstein. He previously had a former Russian oligarch from Gazprom on his core team, and he remains a personal friend of someone very close to Elon Musk. In short, he has the ear of the top-level financial parties who actually move the global board. What he shared with me is a thesis that connects the current gold dip directly to the G7's master plan for central bank digital currencies, or CBDCs. Here's the reality that is not yet widely stated. The G7 governments are fully committed to their CBDCs, with a hard target for full implementation and adoption by 2035. But this is not just about modernizing payments. The ultimate goal of the G7 CBDC framework is to completely remove the existing currency markets between G7 nations. Think about the profound implications of that. By eliminating inter-G7 currency volatility, they intend to provide a unified, stable digital foundation to boost international trade amongst allies. More importantly, this creates an impenetrable economic fortress against Russia and other non-aligned states. We are already seeing the groundwork for this with initiatives like Project Agora, where major central banks are collaborating on wholesale cross-border payments. But a purely fiat digital currency, even a unified one, lacks intrinsic trust, and this is where gold enters the equation. The powers deeply behind this transition know that to make this new system work, the G7 CBDCs will need to be linked to the gold price. It may not be a fixed, rigid peg like the old Bretton Woods system, but a modern gold standard reference that provides traditional stability. If you are a sovereign actor preparing to anchor a new global digital currency system to gold, what is your first move? You accumulate. And you certainly do not want to accumulate at record highs. The recent dip in the gold price is not a market failure. It is a feature of this transition. It provides the necessary window for central banks to build their reserves before the link is formalized. We already saw central banks buy over 1,000 tons of gold in 2025. The paper market shakeout we just witnessed simply clears the board of weak hands, allowing the real players to position themselves. None of us will be able to stop this inevitable shift. The endgame in 2035 is set. But for those savvy enough to recognize the opportunity this knowledge provides, the future is incredibly bright. We are looking at a critical 3 to 5 year window. During this period, as the G7 quietly positions for the CBDC rollout, gold-backed digital stablecoins will emerge as the crucial bridge asset. They offer the stability of physical gold with the utility of the digital future. The risk versus reward calculation here is not about timing the bottom of a paper market flush. It is about being first in line for the greatest monetary realignment of our lifetime. The institutions are buying the physical dip. The question is, are you?